it's Dave from davejonesguitar.co.uk again. We're going to look at some basic strumming patterns in this lesson. I know from my own experience, although many years ago, but when I first started playing guitar, it's very difficult to play chords and change between them without any gaps, or it's just generally a difficult thing to do, some chords being more difficult than others. So I've got a lesson on the site under lessons, basic strum patterns. So this is a sort of total beginner type idea. I'm suggesting in the lesson that you use a C chord. The chords are up on the website, and an explanation how to read them is under essentials, but basically we're holding the A string down with the third finger at the 3rd fret, D string at the 2nd fret with the 2nd finger, open G string, and B string at the 1st fret with the 1st finger. And we're going to change to an A minor chord, which involves just moving one finger, that's the 3rd finger, and it's moving onto the G string at the 2nd fret. And so the C major, when you see a chord with just a letter name, it's a major chord. A minor has a lowercase m after it. Major chords sound quite sort of happy and everything, and minor chords sound solemn and sad. Now the strum patterns that I've notated, I've put 4 on the basic strum patterns. When you're strumming, it's more important that you change chords in the right place than it is to have any sort of fancy strumming pattern. You could quite easily accompany a singer. Wouldn't sound very exciting, but you could quite easily accompany a singer by so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and someone could sing over the top of that and stay in tune. What wouldn't be good is a good strumming pattern, big gap. Because you would be behind where the singer is, or the soloist if you were playing with a lead guitar or something, and they would be out of tune, but it wouldn't really be their fault. So what I'm suggesting is that you, in basic strum pattern 1, is that you play for 3 down strums. Although we're playing in 4/4, we're playing 4 beats in a bar here, but you leave a rest or silence on the 4th beat to give you time to change chords. So the pattern would go 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, and so on. I mean, you might not find that you need that pattern. I've suggested C and A minor because it is a beginner lesson. But you may find that, say for example, if you were going from G to C, which is a more of a difficult change because you have to change your whole hand around, then you may need to start with that pattern first. 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, etc. But if you're tapping your foot, you're still playing 4 beats in a bar. Someone could still sing over that, and it's much more important to change chords in the right place. And then moving on to pattern 2, once you've got that, I'd advise you use that with any difficult chord change that you're getting. Like I say, C to A minor is probably not going to cause you that many problems to start with because you're just moving the one finger. But there are more difficult ones. And then once you've established that, and whatever chord change you're practicing, you can do that with the gap, but getting there for the 1. Then move on to the second pattern. I've got pattern 2 there, which is no gap now, no rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice that till you're comfortable with that, and then it sounds a bit more interesting to put some upstrokes in, and they're done on the and beats. So pattern 3 that I've got, if you've printed the PDF off, is 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now when you do the upstroke, you don't need to catch loads of strings. It's more just to give a sense of movement and interest. 2, 3 strings is absolutely fine. So going for pattern 3, tapping our foot again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you can do that, you can put an and stroke in between every 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've notated in pattern 4, but you can mix this up as you want. I've notated in pattern 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. And you practice that slowly with each difficult chord change. As you learn new chords, you can practice it with some of the songs. I've got some songs, song tabs up on my website with various open chords. I'd start with the open chords being the easier ones, so I'd start with those first. And I've put at the bottom of the sheet. I mean, in practice, most guitar players don't keep the same pattern going throughout the song. The idea is, and I will put some more advanced strumming patterns up soon. The idea is that this hand is your strumming picking hand is your metronome, and the idea is it should keep moving at a constant pace, not necessarily hitting the strings all the time. It would sound just as boring as going 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you're established at changing chords, to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So in practice, the idea is that you keep this hand moving to keep your time. But you don't necessarily hit the strings all the time, and you don't necessarily have to do the same strumming pattern. So I did put a little idea down the bottom where you might use, I've got there pattern 2 for the first bar, pattern 3 for the second, another one on 2, and then back to using pattern 2 for bar 3, and then pattern 4 for bar 4. So you might have a sort of, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I think I'm mixing up around the wrong way there, because I'm sort of trying to look at the sheet that I did out the corner of my eye. But you get the general idea. You don't necessarily have to hit the strings all the way through. And obviously, I've been using C and A minor because it's a relatively easy change. But you need to nail these patterns with other chords, say G to C. And there are some, like I said, more difficult chords. So good luck with that. And I'll be putting some more advanced strum patterns up. And if you've got any problems reading the chords, check under Essentials, and it gives you a diagram of how you read, how you learn chords from chord pictures. And most of the open chords, I think all of the main ones are up on the site under various headings: major 7 chords, dominant 7 chords, etc. And the more you learn, the more songs you'll be able to play. Good luck.